Hello, Randonauts. Where do I even start with this craziness? So we're starting today's Randonautica adventure in Green Mountain Cemetery, which if you have followed my Randonaut adventures before, I was recently here for another adventure that turned out to be quite powerful. And I've decided to come back here today to start because I have been just totally rocked by a new death this week. Sorry, I feel like I keep looking around because I keep hearing all these noises while I was over there. I first was gonna film at a different spot that's behind you. You can't see it. And I could have swore that there was someone approaching me out of the corner of my eye. Like I was looking down at my phone, and then all of a sudden, like I swore someone was right there, and I kind of looked up as if like, oh, who's there? And then there was no one there. So that was a fun start to this adventure. I hadn't even started filming it. And now we are back in the car because it felt a little bit weird filming out there, and it's also deceptively cold in Colorado right now. Colorado does this thing where it's like, oh, it's so sunny, maybe it's warm out, but then really it is super, super cold out. So we're back in the car for the story that I need to tell you. So a little over 2 weeks ago, a man that I randomly met at a retreat a few years ago that I was never very close to, but, we were friends on social media. He reached out to me because he wanted to buy an intuitive reading from me for his daughter. And he said the whole purpose of the reading was because his daughter's mom passed away of cancer this past spring, actually at the same time my mom passed away of cancer, and she was kind of struggling with it, and so he wanted to get her an intuitive reading just to like help her maybe get some messages or just get some healing around the death of her mom. So 2 weeks ago, we had this session together, and it was seriously one of the best intuitive sessions I've done with someone in a long time. We just talked about so many amazing things, and the whole like thing about it was about death. Like that was pretty much the whole premise. Like we talked about healing from death and what it really means when we die, and just the whole truth of grieving and all that entails. And this woman was so sweet, so like present and alive with me. And she was also my age, I should say. She was a healthy, normal person who was really easy for me to engage with. And then almost exactly a week after that session with her, and I thought about her like every day after that session because the session was so good and I just couldn't stop replaying like the things that we talked about. I found out that woman very unexpectedly and randomly passed away in her sleep. And when I say random, it was like really random. Like her family was shocked. Apparently she did perhaps have a history of epilepsy, and so it's thought that she might have had a seizure in her sleep, and that's what caused her death, and that it wasn't a suicide. And also, I'm not going to say like her name. I want to protect her privacy and the family's privacy and the grieving and all that. But I just really feel like I wanted to talk about this and make this connection in this video and do a Randonautica with her and for her, because I have been so like rocked by this whole thing. The fact that I had this amazing conversation with her about death just a week before her own unexpected death was like, it's like freaking me out so much. And then to add more craziness to all of this, yesterday her dad posted her obituary, and I found out that she and I have the exact same birth date. And I don't know about you, but I've never in my life met someone else who had my exact same birthday. I've met people with the same day but a different year, or people who were like the same year and close to my day, but I've never ever met someone who was born on the exact same day and year that I was born. And so it makes me feel like she's like my spirit twin in some ways, to know that we were both born on the same day, that for some reason she was brought into my life just a week before her death so that we could talk about death. I am just like humbled and shocked by this whole thing. So what I'm hoping is to be able to do a Randonautica, like I said, like kind of with her and for her today, and hopefully get some closure for myself, I guess, in terms of like why me? Like why was she led to me before her death? And like why did this happen? Like why did a seemingly healthy, besides maybe having epilepsy, a seemingly healthy 33-year-old woman, pass away so randomly in her sleep? So without further ado, I've pulled up my phone and let's get into it. So the app that I use is the Randonaut location generator app. I do not any longer use the Randonautica app, like the original one, unless I have to, because it's not good anymore. Like every time I've used it since it was updated, it won't even give me points. It'll just say, like, I'll put my intention into it, do the magic with my phone, and then it just is like, no point can be found. Nothing to do with your intention is anywhere near you, even though I've been in areas that I knew something around there had to do with my intention. So I don't like that. So the app that I've had really, really good luck with for the past couple months now is called Randonaut Location Generator. And I don't know if it's available for Android. The last I checked, it wasn't. It was just on iPhone. But maybe since then they've expanded their horizons and they're on different platforms besides just iPhone. So I'm pulling that app up. This is where it thinks I am right now. Apparently it thinks I'm in 2 places at once, which is always fun when it does that. So I'm just going to hit Randonaut at the bottom of the screen. We're looking for an attractor. The radius that I want it to search for points, I'm going to say a 3,000 meter radius, just to give it enough like space to find what I'm looking for here. Okay, so it's now prompting me to start my intention, and before I do that, I want to tell you what my intention is. And my intention is to get some sort of message from her, obviously in the form of a location, about why now that she's on the other side, she has so much more knowledge than I do. I'm limited, so I'd really like to just get some sort of closure or some sort of answer on, like, why did all this happen? Why was I brought into her life at the end of her life? Why do we have the same birth date? Like, what is the bigger picture here? And I know that's a little bit convoluted, that's a little bit messy, but I don't know how else to word it. So it's asking me to start. I'm just going to do it. We're going to start. Why was I brought into her life? What is the point of all of this? Please give me a sign of why all of this happened. Okay, interesting. So the point is in a pretty populated area, but it's not very far. It's like, I think that's like a strip mall, honestly. So let's get a little bit closer, because I have no idea what could possibly, it's like the point is in a thrift store that's down there, it looks like. So maybe there's something in the thrift store. This is kind of exciting. I've never had a point like this before. So let's just start driving. And this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm legit stopping at Taco Bell on my way to this point because I am starving. I just realized I am so hangry that I can't deal. So a little Taco Bell pit stop.
Hello, what can I get started for you today?
Hi, could I just get a burrito supreme with no tomatoes? And do you have Diet Dr. Pepper?
No, we don't have Dr. Pepper here.
Just Diet Pepsi or whatever you have.
Pepsi? Alright.
I feel so much better now. Taco Bell did not sponsor this Randonautica adventure, but if you ever wanted to, Taco Bell, that'd be pretty weird and cool. Okay, we are back in business. We are now coming down 28th Street in Boulder, and while I was eating my Taco Bell, I was looking a little closer at the point, and I was like, wow, this really does seem to be like in the thrift store down here, and but who knows? So I'm really curious if maybe there is some sort of object, or who knows? And I don't even know, like, how will I know when I see it that that's the thing? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out together, but I'm really intrigued because I've never been led to a store before in all of my time doing this. I'm often led to people's houses, which is annoying, or just random points in the wilderness, but I've never been like led inside of a store. So really curious what could be in there or what's going on there. Don't know. Okay, now that I'm here and I'm like super zoomed in on the point, I see that I think this point, I'm parked obviously, is behind. There is the thrift store that I used to go to a lot, by the way. It's kind of a good thrift store. But looking at the point really zoomed in, I think it might be kind of behind like this scooter shop / thrift store. So let's just get out and walk around back and see what there could be. Okay, I am so directionally challenged because as I looked at the point again, I realized I have to go between these two buildings to get to the point, so I'm just gonna film. We need to look for something that would be an obvious connection. Does this have anything to do? These are scooter facts, we don't need that, but this looks like kind of abandoned, creepy back here. Just sort of, what was that? Like whatever it is back here that's behind shops. What the hell? I feel like I keep hearing weird noises. Okay, so we're officially behind the scooter store. Here's a bunch of broken scooters. And let me look at my phone to see how close we are to the point. Okay, wow guys, we are like on the point right now. It's like I think if I walk closer to the trash cans, we'll be more on it. Wait, is that right? No. It's this way. Yes. This way. Closer to the scooters. Okay, wow. So there's a lot of scooters back here. There's some trash cans. I'm gonna come around this side. And a bunch of tires. I have no idea what to make of this. Like, none at all. Although all of a sudden I'm drawn to this weather vane thing up here. Maybe that's about direction or something, because the point really is like this pile of broken scooters. So when I asked for my intention to be fulfilled about like why did all this happen, like what is my connection, I guess, with this woman that recently passed over who is the exact same birthday as me. What's in the trash? Is there anything in the trash? Creepy. Just a bunch of trash. Okay. Do some of you guys remember how I was led to like a house that was under construction a few weeks ago when I was asking about like if the death could have us know like one thing, like what would they really want us to know? And I was led to this sort of like abandoned looking house that was under construction. This is giving me kind of like a similar vibe in that these are all like abandoned broken scooters like by a trash can. And I'm like wanting this deep answer in terms of like what my connection to this woman is all about. And I'm just confused. Like there seems like there's obviously some sort of connection to like I thought with the house, like maybe it was like about a vessel, like house being a vessel, and maybe the scooter's a vessel, or like something that you know, use temporarily and then, you know, it dies, it breaks eventually and whatever. And maybe it's another metaphor for life, I guess. I really don't know, but it's intriguing but confusing that I would be led here, of all the places I could be led, to like a random pile of scooters. What? So yeah, that was weird. And I kind of like in a weird way that it's like it feels like almost like a joke in some ways. Like it's not some big answer of like something deep and cool. It's like I still don't know what the answer is, but it's just interesting that it's kind of a joke. And from what I understand of this woman actually, is that just from talking to her and hearing about other people's experiences of her, she definitely was a bit of a sarcastic joker, which is similar to me. We have a same birth date, same weirdness. So now I would like to do another point. I'm also wondering if maybe the reason that point seemed a little bit off was because my intention was kind of, like I said, convoluted. Like there's just too much going on in my intention, and it's like, what do you want to do with that? Like here's a bunch of scooters. So I'm wondering if I'm going to use a different app. I'm going to go back, I'm going to try once again to use the original Randonautica app. I keep trying it and hoping something happens. We're going to do that, and I'm going to try to be more specific with my intention. So I've pulled up the Randonautica app. This is what it looks like now, the updated version when you pull it up. I would like to find an attractor. The intention now is just to be led to something that this woman would have really liked. There has to be something in my area that this woman who passed away, something that she really liked or would have really liked. So I'm gonna hit generate. We're gonna try again. Something in my area that my client who passed away would really like. We finally got a point. Oh my gosh, okay. I've never had this. This is the first time in ever that this has happened. You can't even see it, but it's gold. And what's really fascinating is it's like right in front of the Boulder Performing Arts Company, which is so interesting. So maybe this woman really liked performing arts, and maybe she really liked theater, maybe she wanted to be an actress. I mean, I have been in the acting world myself. Anyway, let's just start our journey there. I am super excited about this. I'm really glad that the original app finally is working for me. And the point is super intriguing because once again, it's kind of in like a place with a lot of businesses, and it was so clearly like right in front of where a performing arts company is. But maybe that's not it. Maybe we'll get there and we'll see something else. But I'm just really intrigued. So I'm so glad you're coming with me, and we're already almost there. So as we're getting closer, I'm realizing it's actually going to take us to a street that's really busy that you can't park on, called Iris. And this thing is like on Iris, so we might have to do. Okay. Arrive at your destination. We're gonna have to do like maybe a drive-by of this because I don't know how to park. So let's just see what happens here. Okay, the point is literally this fence. Okay, so we passed it, but it was that point of fence back there. Don't know how I feel about that. Okay, well that was kind of dumb. I'm not impressed, Randonautica app, I mean the original one, because the point was seriously like right on the sidewalk, like on that fence, and it was just a bunch of houses behind it. I don't know why it was labeled. Maybe someone in one of those houses like owns like a Boulder Performing Arts Company, and maybe that was the whole point. Maybe it was just that she liked performing arts, and it just so happened that like that house, technically someone in that house owns a business that is performing arts. I don't know, but that point was not interesting. I couldn't even stop, and it was all just like fence, and that was the point, was just the fence. So that was not super impressive, but still a really interesting adventure that we had today. I'm not sure if I really got like closure like I was kind of hoping for, but at the same time, like I can appreciate like the sense of humor that maybe this woman has, or what the ghost in my phone has. I don't know. Maybe it's just a sign we need to not take ourselves so seriously right now. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please give the video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this very random Randonautica adventure and you'd like to see more from me. I do a lot of this and other stuff. I'm just kind of an all over the place YouTuber. But I really hope you enjoyed this random adventure with me, and I will see you in my very next video.